All right, now hopefully this works. Let me make sure I am on. This time I actually got my sharing screen first up this time. Yeah, that's working. All right, hopefully you are well. We have got three people in. Hopefully you are well. Good day. Uh, I was at the Scorchers game last night, so what a crazy game that was last night. Got a bit of a headache still from last night, but yeah, it definitely was a spinning wicket, that's for sure. Haven't seen a spinning wicket like that in a long, long time. I'm pretty sure it caught a few people out as well too. So normally it's a lot been a bit of fast deck, but yeah, this strikers use it to advantage. I thought that strikers were going to win, and then however Scorchers end up coming back and they end up winning. And the media been hounding them all year about them not having defensive bowling, but well, they defended 150. They couldn't defend 250, but they defended 150. So yeah, that's cricket for you. Make that make sense. I wish I had got Pope Lloyd, but I didn't get Pope Lloyd. Um, I didn't get Overton though. Strikers always seem to play well against Scorchers in WA for some reason, and they always like to play spin bowlers against us as well too. So you can see they almost worked a treat for them, but we end up winning, which was good. However, I did a silly thing. I thought 54 was enough to keep, and also 90 was enough to keep for captaincy, but um, one of my players had other means of to score quite well. I ended up with 870, but I could have, if I did what I was going to do, I could have got up to about 930. So, oh, sorry, 80 points. What's that? 950 points. So, still in the top 1,000, still staying there at the moment. So that's good. This is my team here before the week, before trades. As you can see, out of all the players, Marsh, Hardy, and Connolly, I put Turner on the bench. And look what he did. He decides to have a bowl, of course, got 2 wickets. So that was the extra 40 points there. And I had Chowdhury on the bench for 54. So yeah. Oh well. That's cricket for you, super coach for you. I suppose the week before I did have a lot of bit more luck anyway, so I suppose there's always going to be downside as well too. Um, my team value has gone up 100,000, which is good. I've still got lots of low break evens. So for example, I've got Sam's negative 40. I've got negative 59 for Turner, negative 29 for Marsh, and Hardy's on negative 65 as well too. So and Swepson negative 3. So everyone is going to make money, most of them. There's going to be a couple that aren't making money, but I'm also going to trade a couple as well too. So um, I can get 4 6s. They also have a double in round 9 as well too, so that will help as well. They do have a buy coming up, so just be mindful of that. They do have a buy, but they do have a couple of another double, so they got 2 doubles coming up. So I'm thinking of either going. I've got Henrique, so maybe I think I might go strong and get maybe like for example, I could go like a Dorcius, a who's pretty cheap still. I've also could get like a Philippi or a Abbott. I'm not too sure if I'll get Edwards. I haven't had Edwards all year because I'm still salty about the first round when they had a washout. I was a bit annoyed about that. And I panicked, got rid of my sixes, and Edwards killed me then. However, Sam Curran's going to be coming back, so it'll be interesting to see if he takes a few of the overs from Edwards away, and where he's going to bat as well too. I'm ranked 24th. Oh, very nice. That's doing quite well. I think you're the highest ranked so far in the league at the moment for the Dream Team Asylum. Our highest ranked person is 11th. So if you're not in our league, make sure you join the league 455189. The winner gets Krispy Kreme donuts. So you'll be right up there with the chance to win Krispy Kreme donuts as well too. So if you join that as well too, 455189 is our code. We've got about 209 people in there so far, so got a good turnout so far. Now, what was I going to say? It's going to be the stars. It was a stars double just come off. Maxwell, he was disappointing. He break even 133. However, he's cheap enough to probably keep, and he does go up and down quite like his role's still there. And of course, Stars have lost their last two, so they might have to push him back up the order as well too. He does bowl, but yeah, he's a hit and miss. So he could either get a 21 week, could get 100 the next week. So depending on if you prefer to average out for 2 games or just the 1 game, depending on how you go. It's annoying that I'm sick of Meredith. He's doing bad. He had 2 weeks ago. He was on he did well. Then he went bad, up and down. But Ellis, Meredith, Chowdhury, and McDermott, I'm gonna have to keep because Hurricanes got their another double again. Um, uh, all right. Sam Curran playing the Sixers doubles. No. Oh yeah. So he's playing one of the doubles. He's not playing both. I believe he arrives in the second game of the double, and then he's only going to stay for a week or so. Then he's going to disappear again. So he's not going to play. He will be playing, but he most likely won't be playing both games, if that makes sense. Hope you're well, Reese. Keen for your thoughts on Core this week. Yeah, so hopefully you're well. Make sure you join the league 455189. Yeah, Kerr's an interesting one. He's $104,000. He is. It'll be interesting because if Sam Curran plays, it'll be interesting to see if he drops out or not. Because Kerr is an interesting one. He was batting at 11 the other week, but his high score is 92. So he's got a pretty, he can bat quite well. However, he, oh yeah, that's a funny one. Because Sam Curran will probably be bowling. It might take some overs from Edwards. Kerr, might not bowl as much. However, you got Dorshus and Abbott as well too. They'll be in the side to bowl as well too. So, and then of course you got the spinners as well. So that'll be interesting. Um, Kerr's cheap. He's probably like a cheap Jack Edwards, if that makes sense. Though I'd say, if that makes sense, he sort of does similar role too. I just joined the league, but I'm at the bottom because I have no points league. But overall, rank 24. Have a look. All right, let's have a look. Let's go to our leagues. And here we are, Dream Team Asylum. Perfect. So at the moment, right in the Stoin is leading at the moment on 11th. He's 11th. So we're a shout out to right in the Stoin. He's on 6,006. And then obviously second spot will be the one that is just commenting on the video who's ranked 24. Yeah, so I actually last week I needed a sixer to loop my captain score of slowness, which kind of was silly because in a way, is there a way I can look? Oh yeah, here we are. You can see the score from last week that I had turned on the bench 118, so I missed out on that. But it allowed me to get Henriques. He's a cheap player. What I've been doing throughout so far this year, I've been changing it up a little bit different. So I've gone cheap players. So round one, I started off with Stanlake, 93. He got 93. Then I went over to McAndrew. He got an 80. I don't really play him anymore now, but then I went over to Turner. He got 145. And then I went over to Swepson. He got 100. So I've sort of been playing with those 60 to 80K players. Henriques, he's 61,000. So I got him this week, ahead of this week, I should say. However, maybe my luck might run out, but you never know. The first 4 rounds has been really good with the cheap players. So that could be a little way. That way it allows you to keep these all-rounders. So, for example, I still got Connolly, Sam's, Stoinis. I'm also going to be. I'm tossing up whether I probably might trade. I'll probably trade Wildermuth this week, and then probably Curran. I'll probably trade these two this week, and then one more player. I'm probably thinking of Harper. I might get a Renegade or I might get a Sixer. So depending on who I go. So probably Harper, Curran, and Wildermuth. Probably likely my trades. That will means I'll be stuck with McAndrew. That's the only annoying thing. However, I might change it up and I could do like McAndrew out finally, Wildermuth and Curran, or yeah, and maybe have to keep Harper. That's all. But the thing is, the good thing about Thunder players, they play first a few games, and they play second and third. So they play early games. So at least you'll be able to see where they go. Now, let me have a look at your team. All right. IU Pinker. All right. Let's have a look. League, and go to the bottom here. So if I go down here, down. So there's 209 people in here. So I'm just scrolling down to the bottom here. Who's 20, he's sitting 24th at the moment, he said. All right, here we go. Oh, Sam, there we are. Sam Superstars. Look, that's all right. 24, he's moved up, and 945. Not bad. That's a huge score. All right, let's have a look. So he's got, so he's obviously gonna put Philippi on the field for Harper. Then you got Edwards. So you got those two sixes. That's good. You'll probably most likely have to trade Khan because he's finished now. He's leaving. So trade Khan. He's still got money at least, but that one must have hurt. So maybe, yeah, just trade him out. I would say also keep Sam's. He's negative 40 break even. He's doing quite well. Keep Marsh. He's got low break even. Keep Hardy, low break even. Keep Connolly because he's always going to do a good score, especially on the spinning wicket this week. He's back against the Renegades. I would probably most likely, if I was you, trade Curran and Khan. That should give you some money. Keep your Canes because obviously they got their double next week. So you got Ellis, Hossein, and Owen. The good thing about the Hurricanes, you can loop them up until the last game as well too. So that's the beauty of having a buy players. Now next week I'm gonna might have to use your boost. So I got two boosts here. I'm gonna most likely have to, because I will have no donuts next week. I'm gonna aim to get 3 strikers in, along with my 4 canes. That will make 7. Then I'll use that boost if I need to loop a captain score. However, if I don't need to loop a captain score, I will just maybe use the boost for the week after against the Renegades. For the Renegades double, I should say. And then obviously use the last boost for the sixes at the end. I did Maxwell, Khan, and Siddle for Azam, Abbott, and Dorcas this week. Yes, that's good because Dorcas, Abbott, and Azam, they're real cheap. They're only 114, 144, and 101, and they all got great break evens as well too. So they all should be able to. Oh yeah, let me go to the break evens. Let's see, players. Let's have a look at these break evens. Those ones I just mentioned, I'm pretty sure have a great break even. So here's the break evens, by the way. So these are for the single game players as well. This has got all the players included. So at the moment, I've got Hardy, Turner, Sams, Marsh. They're going to all stay for me. Swepson, I'm tempted to keep. He's doing all right for such a cheap player. Now let's go to the team. Yeah, sixes. That's right. That's what we're looking at. All right, what was I saying? Azam, he's got a great break even, 58. He'll definitely should get that. Then you've got Dorcas, break even 79, and Abbott's got a lower break even than that. He's got break even 50. So he's got the lowest break even. He's got the best break even. Make sure you get him. 144,000 coming off a great score as well too. Has 2 goes at it as well too. So definitely worthwhile getting. And he's still roughly really pretty cheap as well too. Edwards is very dear. A lot of people probably have him from the season. However, he doesn't really average quite well at the moment. His has been averaging well below. Oh, no, that doesn't make sense. He just depending on Sam Curran. Plus, he's got a high break even as well too. So that means he would have to score almost pretty much 200 points just to make money, which is quite hard because especially with Curran coming in and he didn't even bat the other game, and then obviously he was just bowling, and then another time he didn't bowl and he just batted. So yeah, you want someone like a Wilderman where he opens and then he bowls as well. However, talking about Wildermuth, he's also getting out of the attack now too because the 2 youngsters are actually doing better than him at the moment with the bowling. So he's probably a good one to sort of trade off as well too. Break even 135. Oh, perfect. Oh, brilliant. Welcome aboard as well too. Yeah. Like the other year, I came 69th. So out of all the numbers you want to probably finish is either first or 69th. So I came 69th. So it wasn't too bad. But at the moment, I'm only like 800 odd. So still top 1,000, but slowly made my way up there. The first round really killed me. I had no sixes, and I had no sixes all year too. So up until Henrique's this round now. But I think not having those sixes has hurt me. But still, to be in the top 1,000 without sixes is not bad, considering how much those sixes have been scoring lately. Good trade out last week. I looped him on the bench. I thought he might have done all right, but still failed. 496 is really good as well too. I think if you can be in, like, say, the top 500 around now, it will slowly get you back up to the top as well too. When I came 69th, before 69th, the week before I was like 150th, and then I jumped on a couple of pods, and they did well, and then that jumped me into the top 100. So if you get that week where you have the right captaincy or you have the right pod player, that can help you out as well too. For example, the other week, Turner, he got 145 from me. No one really had Turner the other week, and that sort of jumped me up as well too. So if you can find the right pod and can find the right unique player, that will also help as well too. And sometimes it's good to go against the flow, because sometimes the most popular player can fail. But then on the other hand, though, if you get too many pods, it can backfire as well too. So just trying to find the right cheap player, the right pod as well too. So always make sure you get your one or two cheap players, get your most expensive player that you think you'll be able to keep. So for example, most of my players I want to keep, but yeah, Rudemuth is probably have to go for me this week, and probably Curran as well too. So as much as I don't like Maxwell, he probably have to stay a little bit, just because he, as I say, he does go up and down a bit. That will allow me to trade out McAndrew if I do that. I'd rather Maxwell over McAndrew. I find it's better to try and work out who you're going to trade out as well too. So if you're going to trade out a player and you're going to stuck with another dud player, you'd rather trade out the dud player over the player that you're going to keep, for example. So Max will probably have more chance to outscore McAndrew, if that makes sense. So I might have to get a cheaper sixer, just so that way I can keep Maxwell and get rid of McAndrew instead. McAndrew's plummeted down to 77,000 now. So after his round 2 heroics, he hasn't really done anything. Somehow Captain Harper, when he got a ton. Oh, very nice. Yeah. Funny enough with that Harper, I've had Harper for so many years, and he's never been this good before. And then I missed him up until I just got him back for the last Stars double, which I probably should have had him in the round 3, but I just never expected him to be this good. And he's just somehow is like one of the leading run scorers, which is crazy when you think about it, because, like, as I say, the last 3 years he's been one of those players that barely gets games, and then he gets games, but then he's always getting out before 20. But just the other night, he got out. He was actually got that 20, luckily, because the fielder jumped it over to the rope as well too. So luckily, he got his bonus strike rate. I find the bonus strike rates are annoying when your players get out, like for the 18 off like 15 or 18 off 10, and like get so many times. Like this Childrey, he does it so many times. 19 he got the other week, and he was out on 19. And then I had Marsh out on a 16. So they can only make that 3 or 4 more runs, and then they'll be able to be fine, if that makes sense. Now, what was I saying? Yeah, so that'll probably be my trade outs. Also, looking at the fixtures ahead, Strikers and Hurricanes have the double the week after, and then it's the Renegades. So most people probably don't have a Renegade. So, yeah, just try not to trade out your Hurricanes as much as you want to. You probably have to keep them just so you can have at least 7. I would say it's because it's got to be the last double with 2 teams on the double as well too for the season. So you want to have at least 7 there. If I can get 4 sixes this week and I get 7 all up next week, then I'll have a total of 3 Renegades. If I want more, I still got 2 boosts up my sleeve. So I have not used a boost yet. A lot of people have already used their boosts in the first few weeks. I find I like to use mine later on, just because the test players will be coming back, and just to see the teams, because if your player's out, you probably need to use a boost to try and get a player in that plays. So just keep that in mind. Luckily, most of my teams should be sorted, but it will allow me to trade in another player. Also, Hurricanes, I believe, had their bye in the last week as well too. So the Sixers players, you'll be able to keep a Hurricane player. I believe it's round 9 they have the bye. Let's have a look. Yeah. I have the fixture up here actually. Let's have a look. Look. Where's the fixture? Yeah, here we go. So Hurricanes got the bye in round 9. Sixers got the bye in round 8. So you want to use those Sixers and Hurricanes as your loops. Sixers have a double in the last round. So I'm thinking if I get 4 this week, I can probably get up to about 7, at least 7. But I feel like it's overkill, really, because funny enough, when Scorchers had their double, I end up 200 points more than I did when I had the 2 doubles. So I had Hurricanes and Stars. I had 7 of those on my team, and I scored 200 points less than what I did with the Scorchers doubles, and I had only 5, so I had 2 less doubles. So sometimes you just need that right all-rounder that will actually score more points on a single week than sometimes your doubles that can fail. So it's a catch-22, that's for sure. So yeah, so that's a for and against having your doubles and having no doubles. So it depends. One of my friends the other year, he kept getting in just singles over the doubles, and he seemed to do all right with that. And then the other season, I was doing a lot better just getting doubles in that. So it just depends how you play it. This year, I'm playing something different. I've been playing for about since the start, so I always like to try and change things up a bit, and have a look. Still like getting my pods. However, not on many pods now, seeing as all the cheap player, all the players that scored well, everyone seems to be getting now because of the low break evens as well too. So I think Turner's my only odd one out. That's pretty unique at the moment. Just wish he was on my field for me. Yeah, that's make sure you join 455189. It is a Sixers double this week, followed by the Strikers Hurricanes on the double at the same time, and then the week after is Renegades, followed by the Sixers. So it's only a few more rounds left. It's gone so fast now. The finals are coming up at the end of the month as well too. We'll also have our little match day game as well, which I always like to do. That's always quite fun as well too. Those that are looking at your break evens as well too, as I say, have a look at a few cheap ones coming up. If you want to plan ahead, you're still going to have the same amount of doubles as you would. Just depends if you want to go heavy this week or heavy next week or the week after. So it just depends on which doubles you want to have. Make sure you keep, as I say, keep your canes. How many players you try and get for each double game round. So hopefully I'll be going 4, 7, 4. Who's Renegades? Yeah. Here we go. Hang on. I'll go 4, 7, 4. No, 4, 7, 3, 7. But that's without including the boosts. So my boosts will determine which round I go heavier on. So I could go 4, 8, 4, 7, or I could go 4, 7, 4, 8. It just So it depends on who gets named. I'm thinking I might use the boost on the Renegades one just because not many people have Renegades. A lot of people still have their canes and their strikers. I don't have any strikers, but I'm going to trade in 3 strikers. Then I may have to use one of the boosts that week though, just in case my captain pops off. So that'll probably be a boost, and then maybe I'll use a boost either round 8 or round 9. But I'll probably maybe aim to use it in round 8, just because just because I don't think there'll be many Renegades players. But there's not really many that stand out because they're doing really bad at the moment. So you probably the main ones will be like a Josh Brown or maybe like a Seaford or a probably one of their bowlers, Khan or Sutherland. There's probably about 4 that are probably stand out. So you probably might not need them anyway. So um, yeah, it's going to be interesting when I use these boosts. Um, I've been doing all right without these boosts, actually. A lot of people, as I say, already have used their boosts. But if you're going to get us, well, as I say, the next 4 weeks, next 4 rounds, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you still got four. You still got 4 teams still on the bar on a double, and those that you trade in, if you get in a six or strike or hurricanes or thing, or you're still going to have the same amount of doubles as is. It's just depending on when you feel like the stronger round to do it. Also, keep a track of the weather as well too. So, for example, at least Renegades, I believe if they play at the Telstra Dome, which is now Marvel, at least they got a roof over their heads. So that's a bit more safer than, say, for example, Sydney, because I find sometimes it's been raining in Sydney. Look at the test yesterday; we got a bit washed out yesterday. So keep in mind the weather as well too. So if it's going to be a bit wet, you may not want to load up as well too. This game tonight, I was a bit worried as well too because um, of the weather. They were saying it could be thunderstorms tonight, but at the moment the weather's saying no, not too much chance of rain, which is good. But I'll just keep monitoring that for the next 20 minutes anyway. I could go in with 9 Sixers players for their last double if I wanted, as I have 5 now, and then boost last round. That's a good idea. Oh yes, so you could, yeah, if you have 5 now, yeah, it seems to rain every year in coughs. Exactly, that's what I mean. So that's why I'm leaning towards doing the cheaper players than the more expensive players, because that way it will still allow me and also probably still allow other people as well too to be able to keep the high price players who will still score reasonably better than the cheaper players as well too. For example, like as I say, Max will probably outscore McAndrew this week. So that's yeah, it does seem to rain a lot in Coffs. So I don't know what it is in there, but it always seems to rain all the time there. Um, but yeah, so I'd say yeah, Renegades is probably the only double that probably not many people will have, because most people would already have like a striker with like maybe they would have like a short on Overton. Overton never bowled the other night, so I don't think people will be happy with him. But they also will have the Hurricanes still because of their fixturing. They had like 2 doubles already. Um, and there'll be still people with sixes. It's just the Renegades, I think, probably be the round that you could probably jump a few depending on what stands out. But as I say, the Renegades aren't really showing much signs of improvement at the moment. So, oh, what is that? Oh, I just sneezed. That's not good. I do apologise about that. Don't know what happened there. All right. All right, now let's see. As I was saying, Renegades don't have too much of a standout. Sixes, as I say, round, yeah, I'd say probably about 7. I would have 7 or 8, but just remember, you can also loop your other players as well too. So I'm thinking of maybe doing a boost after. I could do a boost after as well too. So depending on my loops as well too. Um, yeah. Does Baba have to leave any international any time? Now let's have a look at the BBL availability. BBL availability. Now let's see. Okay, let me have a look at the. There was a thing I just saw the other day which had availability everywhere. Let's have a look. It was a availability. Uh, uh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Azam sixes. Baba Zam, I reckon he's here the whole tournament. That's what they say. So, Sam Karen's only here for a few games. Shohan, looks like he's not in the team squad, but yeah, it looks like that's what I've read here. But don't quote me on that. But that's what it says on here on this website here. Um, anyway, well, I better get ready to get my teams underway because BBL Supercoach, I'll be posting the teams very soon, about 15 minutes when they come out. I need to work out my trades as well too, but as I say, that's probably my trades, which I'm going to do. Join up 455189. Let me hopefully fingers crossed it doesn't rain. I'll be monitoring the weather. Fingers crossed. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Once I see the final 11, that's when I'll know what I'll do with the final trade. But I won't be doing boost this round. I'll just be stuck with the 4 6s. But no, so be it. Um, Most people will have 5 6s. I see a few others that have 4, but yeah, mainly 5, probably the most. You probably don't want to have too many just because of Sam Curran coming back in as well too. That will maybe change things up as well too. So just be mindful of that. All right. I think that is done. Hopefully you have a good round this round. Hopefully Scorchers can get another win. I'll be there on a Wednesday night. That'll be fingers crossed we get another win. Good to see most people are doing all right with their teams. Good to see those that are in the top 1,000 keep up the good work. Also, those that are outside the top 1,000 keep plugging away. Make sure you get your pods. Make sure you get your captains right. And that will jump you as well too. So sometimes it's always better to go against the grain and not go with the popular picks at times. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. So depending on how you go, it will help. Hopefully Turner does another good game. I don't know how on earth he's been doing 2 back-to-back games. That's definitely won the lotto there for me. But yeah, keep up the good work, guys. To good luck to your teams and your real life teams as well too. Go to Scorchers as well too. Good luck.